What's good, y'all? Fucking as always, small package wrestling here to cover fucking AEW, WWE, AAA, fucking Consejo Mundial, and New Japan fucking pro wrestling. This is your boy OG from Small Package Wrestling, and this is everyone else who's gonna introduce them fucking self. Our boy
I'm
Aaron is already
back.
fucking flexing. There he is.
Hey, chat. Did anybody miss Aaron? Like, did anybody miss him? Like,
I was still
I
active
missed
on the
them.
chat.
oh yeah, you're right. Oh, that's right, you freaking fool. Bien malo, para ahí talking hella shit. Diabolino would have been proud.
That's the cure.
That's the cure.
That's the anecdote, bro. That's what Travis
Talking
Scott
shit to
was
me.
talking
Y'all
about.
are fools, fool. But let me introduce
Well,
myself, and this your boy, the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo! I gotta admit, Omar, I guess I kind of missed Aaron. Yeah. The argument can be made that maybe I missed him. Like, maybe.
and I missed him, and that the reason why is because, as you'll see in his name, he's a certified CBK. You all know what that means? It means certified fucking ball knower is what that means. And that's what we are here at fucking Small Package Wrestling, is we're certified fucking ball knowers, with Aaron being the chief one. And then we're also built to ass. And we're here to fucking just talk shit, bro, and to fucking just do some stuff. And I think we all, wanted to mostly tune in about what was going on. Last week we were there live in Sacramento. So shout out to whoever saw us there, to whoever else was on the show. I know we have some followers on Instagram and YouTube that went to the same show and shit too. So initial thoughts, what'd you think, bro? It was your first AEW show.
I have questions. And this is aimed towards Aaron and towards Roderici. Because there was a point where I was talking about how I don't like promos. And some fools were saying, some fools were saying he must be an AEW fan. And you guys laughed. Before I flame your asses, especially text Roderici. I will wait for him until he logs in so I can say what I want to say. So he can rebut whatever it is I want to say on the chat or whatever. Text him right now. He's already watching. We have like 9,000 people watching, so I'm gonna assume one of them is him. Okay.
As always, bro. And we'll have 9,000 more. Tell your friends. We're on fucking all of these fucking things below: YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, all of them, Twitch, fucking Instagram. But yeah, bro, what other questions? What other thoughts do you have other than calling out our friends and followers, Gwex?
I need y'all to explain to me what that comment meant. What it meant.
Well, okay, so what do you think it meant now that you've been to an AEW show?
I want Aaron to tell me what that comment meant. Aaron? And because you and Roderici son como calzón y caca. You guys are like uña y mugre. You know what I mean? You guys are like, as your generation used to say, you guys are butt buddies. Okay. What did that mean? What did that sentence mean?
Or what did what mean?
When I was talking shit about promos and you guys were like, oh, he must be an AEW fan, and it was like LOL. I want to know what it means.
To be honest, I don't know. It was just funny in the moment.
Oh. Okay.
Because AEW, they do promos too. You watched you heard the MJF promo?
No, ask Omar. Omar, what was I doing?
I also went to the restroom during that promo.
You guys left during MJF promo.
Look, I had no idea it was a promo.
Wait, ask that question again, Aaron. Ask that question again.
Well,
what question?
If what did you say right now? Something about leaving the MJF promo?
Yeah, say it again. You guys left?
Yes. Omar, did we leave?
I pissed. I didn't know, but I didn't know there was gonna be a promo going on. But I look, if to answer my own question that no one answered, initial thoughts of AEW and the show, the live show that we went to. It was fucking fire. It was amazing. I thought I had a really good fucking time. And like to answer Weddle's question, I think the reason why that joke was made was because we got to see 6 matches or like five. Let me see, 5 matches that night, and there was only one, maybe two promos that we saw, and it was just nothing but wrestling, nothing but
How long were
interviews.
the promos?
I don't know. But to counter that, apparently with Raw the other day, it was like 30 something minutes of fucking commercials, 28 minutes of promos, and I think only like another 20 like minutes of like actual wrestling. So I think maybe that's why that joke was made. But that usually is like, goes to say like the kind of tribalism or like the differences in the WWE and AEW style, I would say, in the companies themselves. It's just like, like AEW is a totally different style of wrestling, and so is WWE. Like Aaron said itself, like it's like going to a buffet, but you're gonna get different ass things.
I think
But
that. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your thoughts. Because
no,
I know you walked out of there and you were juiced. I know you were
I
gassed.
I was just gonna say that it was an amazing time, bro. The AEW show, that was the second AEW show that I got to go to. And I will say, Aaron, that it was night and day from the one that we went to in San Jose the first
I'm
time. And
sure.
I think it's just because of the smaller venue.
Yeah.
And that I think was a big reason, like why it was so fucking hype. But so I'm new to these guys, Aaron. I'm still new to Swerve and I'm still new to Hangman. Can you fucking fill us in, bro? Like with your
Hold on.
fucking knowledge, with your fucking certified ball knowerness,
So hold
Oh,
on,
as
hold
to
on.
who those guys are.
Or actually, yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
so to answer, so Hangman Page is considered one of the five like main pillars of AEW from
Hmm.
when it started. Because when it started in 2019, it was Hangman, it was Darby Allin, it was MJF, it was Kenny Omega, and I forget the other fifth person, but there's like Chris Jericho. There's five main guys, and Hangman's one of those five main guys that has been with AEW at the top level from the beginning. So that's why Hangman's like he's like their top guy. He's their main guy, and Swerve. I don't know much about Swerve. I've started learning about him like 2 years ago, but I know he was with WWE. I believe he was in NXT. Didn't work out, and then he made the move over to AEW, and that's where he kind of popped off.
So Swerve, Omar was Swerve the main event guy?
Yeah, Swerve was one of the main eventers with Hangman Page, like Aaron was just saying. So
No, no,
that's
no, no. But did Swerve wrestle on when we went?
Yeah, he was
yeah.
the main event versus Kenny
Oh,
Omega.
okay. I don't know why this.
There's two names that Weddle called him: Omega Red,
Jesus
and
Christ.
then Jimmy Omega.
Jimmy
Uh,
Omega, bro. That
so
pissed me off.
so one of these days, Weddle will figure out who Smooth Strickland is, and Omega Red. So like Aaron was saying, they're pillars, bro. They're fucking pillars of AEW, and that fucking crowd, bro, was crazy. Like they were popping off, like it was hot, bro. Like it was just fucking dope. I felt like, like when you watch old AECW highlights where like the fucking crowd is just rabid and they're like right there. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was fucking in the crowd. There's like a 9-year-old talking hellish shit behind me, like fucking like just it was just a good ass wrestling crowd, bro.
And I think it has to
Dweck
do
So
with the
like
names.
and I think like you said, it has to do a lot with the building the smaller venues because at first AEW started off hot. Like 2019, they were doing way better storylines. Their product was way better than WWE. Like they were getting better views. So when it was hot, like they were selling out arenas weekly and pay-per-views weekly. And then, after time, kind of like the hype kind of fell and there weren't a lot of people going, but they were still doing these big venues where they weren't filling up. Like when me and Omar went to San Jose here, like there was what max 3,000 people in an 18,000 arena. Like it's just
It
what
was
was it like?
empty.
It felt so empty. Now that AEW is doing these smaller venues, it feels more like intimate and like the crowd is more into it because like it's so small and so close to the action.
I kind of want to propose something to Aaron and to Omar. I don't know if the crowd was into it, but I think it wasn't the crowd making the show better. I think it was the wrestling making the show better. The wrestling was fantastic. And that fed into the crowd, and I think the crowd fed that energy back into the wrestlers. The wrestling was just so fun. I this is probably one of the better wrestling events that I've been to. We had the first match, and that was a freaking banger. And that match lasted like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you know? And then like every match was long and every match was good and every match was a show. And sure, they didn't have the crazy ramp. Sure, they didn't have the crazy pyro. Sure, the music was just okay. But I don't go. If I watch wrestling, I don't watch it for the pyro. I don't watch it for the entrances. Some people do for some reason. But we should do a cut with this Batista underneath. But I thought this was a really good, entertaining show. I would pay money to go watch AEW again. Not because of small package wrestling, but because of how fun it was. There was tension. I walked out of there and I was feeling, even there, the vibes were pretty freaking dope, man. Like everybody was chanting. The chants were very organic. Like they weren't mechanical. You know what I mean? Like they were very organic. People would just start saying stuff. I mean, it was really cool. I remember during the Omega. Okay, well, I don't
Okay,
wanna...
let's highlight this. Gwex with the name. Say it. Say it. Say
Come on.
whatever you want to say. Go. Go. We
Well,
all know.
I'll write it
We're
down on the
waiting.
list.
I pull it up here. I pull it up. Hold on. Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega.
Let me write down Jimmy
And
Omega
with
on my list.
Omega Red. Like what is bro a Power Ranger villain? Like what is like gosh.
so, I mean, before the match started, Omar, what were the
For the
vibes
ladies.
before the match started?
Dude, it
Like
was
they were like,
fucking
"This is awesome."
Whoa,
Like it was fucking
I would say
before
just
the main event.
before the entire shows, the vibes are fucking tremendous, bro. And so like when the main event hit, like it was fucking rocking already, bro. Like it just like and to me back in the day, like what made a cool wrestling arena was like the smoke in the arena for some reason. Like when you got to the main event and it was like smoky and shit, like fucking like that to me was pretty badass. And like you really got to see that like with this arena, just like it fill up and like I like just the wrestling itself was just really good to see. Like the crowd was chanting and oohing and awing because of like the crazy bumps and the crazy spots. So like as far as like and a pure entertainment point, like it was probably the most fun I've had in a WrestleMania outside or out in a wrestling match outside of WrestleMania. And that like I don't know what it was, but I like to think that it had to do with the venue and the card that they put on. And shout out to AEW because I was watching the card tonight. And they also put on a fucking like pretty fire little show. And a lot of it had to do with what we saw on Wednesday, which is cool because like I was like, oh shit, like I'm tapped in. Like I know who these guys are now, like I know like what these matches stand for and shit. So I, just as a new AEW fan, I know small package wrestling is pretty new at this, and I am personally. It was a badass show to go to, and I rate it 4.5 small packages. The only reason why it wasn't that much is because I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a 5-star wrestling match or like show overall. So like maybe it is the highest that it could go, but I give it a 4.5.
The cool
So
thing about what AEW does is that like they don't give a fuck. Like they will give you a pay-per-view main event match on a random Wednesday. Like Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland, like that match in WWE, that would be like a 3-month storyline build up. Like they won't even touch to like 3 months later at a like pay-per-view. AEW would just give it to you on a fucking Wednesday out of nowhere. And that's something that I like about AEW. Just like they'll give you these random matchups with little to no storyline and it just be fucking these just bangers.
shout out to Young Hennessy for being on the chat. Shout out to all our followers and the millions and millions of fans. I do want to say that Omar was excited when we were walking in. He was super excited. Congratulations to Omar, by the way, on his recent nuptials.
Oh yeah,
Dun,
thanks.
dun, 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 dun. And Aris.
His name too. Flexes
Yeah,
photo.
but this was his bachelor party. He kept on saying that. And he was juiced before we even walked in there, literally and figuratively. We went through a couple of libations before, hazy IPAs. Never, why I agreed is I have no idea.
They're
But
just normal IPAs, but you know, it's not that it matters. They're still fucking nasty.
but yeah, like it did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. This match was not this event was not carried by the crowd. It was not
Whoa.
carried by anybody. It was the matches. It was the matches. Go ahead, Omar.
And just in case anyone was fucking wondering, the match card was John Moxley versus Mark Davis, which started it off, and it was just 20 minutes, like Waddle said, of just pure fucking wrestling. And it was just like just two grown men destroying each other.
Meaty
Like
man.
meaty man. Yeah, these guys are not agile by any means, but they are agile by their size. Like they should not be moving that much, bro. And the amount of just clotheslines and lariats where those fools just standing was like fucking insane. And Mark Davis actually fucked up his hand, like he was bleeding and
He
shit.
fucked up. He punched the shit out of that post.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. Yeah,
Fuck.
he punched the post pretty hard.
Yeah, bro.
And Omar, I
and-
thought like for a beginning for like the beginning match, that shit was pretty insane. And it was
got the
like 20
crowd
minutes. And I thought,
rocking.
like, go ahead.
It got the crowd rocking, bro. Like it set the tone.
And then it was the Young Bucks. The Young Buck. Who was it? The Young Bucks layout. Okay, it was like a promo.
Yeah, they super kicked a guy in a wheelchair, and that shit was dope because they literally came out like right
That's
next to
pretty
me.
funny.
And I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. It's the Young Bucks. But it was fucking Willow Nightingale and it's not a fatal 4-way in AEW. It's just a 4-way match with Megan Bain, Marina, and Mina. And bro, the crowd was behind Mina, bro. And the number one, that was just a really good ass match.
And Willow.
And yeah, I love Willow, but fucking, I think Marina got her shit fucking power bombed, bro. Like on the fucking table, just out of nowhere. Like I was like, Jesus.
We don't think
Christ.
we know. We saw it. It was like
Yeah.
20, 30 feet away from us.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if she took the power bomb or if she the one that gave it. But that shit was fucking crazy,
Dude. And the table didn't even break. The table didn't even break. She just bounced off. That shit was pretty insane. So this was a fucking banger. What grade would you give? How many small packages would you give this match, Omar?
The first one I'd give a solid 4, and then the second one had another 4. Fuck it. And then it was Orange Cassidy and Ishii.
Wait. Relax. I haven't even talked about it.
What?
The match. So this
go ahead.
match, I wanted to say that because Omar, you were talking about. I think you brought up Io Sky. Did you bring up Io Sky with Mina? And because maybe I mentioned them because the shots were really stiff in this match. I thought there was a couple of really stiff shots. And then there was the lady with wrestling barefoot, and I was like, dude, is she wrestling barefoot? And then you were like, yeah, I guess. And then who was it that fell on the ropes? And then one of the wrestlers was gonna do a 619, and Omar yelled, "Oh, 619!" And the person in front of us, like, what did she say, Omar? She was like, I don't know what she said. What did she say to you? She turned around though. She was like,
She's like, yeah, they don't
correct
do that
me.
here. Yeah, but I don't know what move that was or who ended up doing it, but it's hella funny because it's the crowd interaction the whole time. Like anytime I'd like scream something, like that person would like turn around like, oh no, it's actually this, and be like very informative.
And then
But
and and then like there was a handshake after the match between I think it was Willow and Mina, which I didn't expect because I know Mina was kind of pissed off in the end, and then like they just shook hands.
yeah,
Like what's the
Will
story behind that? Like are they like friends or like are they like Io Sky and Rhea Ripley? Like
I have no idea. I just know that Willow is the champion and she's a double champ right now. And Mina is just like a big favorite for a lot of people. But I just think it's probably going to set up a feud in the future for them.
and
But
then we're gonna have to go ahead.
I'm new to Mina, but yeah, there was Gabe Kidd and this is one of Aaron's boys from New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's why I was so excited about it.
It's
Because
crazy.
this match was Orange Cassidy and Ishii, another one of Aaron's boys. He had told us about it, and I was like, I remember, telling Weddle and our friend that went with us. It's like, dude, I think this is the guy that Aaron told us about. That's just built like a fucking, like
Don't
the
neck.
That's
fucking
exactly what he
bull.
said. That's exactly what he said. Yeah. Good.
And they fucking just held it the fuck down, bro. And it was Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors. And it was they just threw it the fuck down. Check out our fucking Instagram, our YouTube for fucking highlights of them just slapping each other, bro. It was a good ass just banger of a tag team match that ended with the Darby interference that ended up paying off in this week's collision. And for those of you that don't know who Darby is, he's a crazy motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna say. Like he's fucking wild. He'll do the craziest spots nowadays.
So Ishii took a bunch. They started slapping the shit out of each other, like just back and forth for like 30 freaking seconds, like stiff ass fucking slaps. Okay, this was after Ishii got chopped. After they did a fucking chop fest for like another 30 seconds before that. This fucking guy, and then his shots were fucking stiff. And then it's like he wanted the stiff shots. Like that's what he was looking for. Like that's what he was after. To me, it was just fucking crazy. He ended up getting hurt. He ended up getting hurt for a while. He couldn't stand. And somehow this motherfucking guy got up and did his finisher, pinned, and then rolled over and still was like writhing in pain. It was freaking insane. Now, the crowd was yelling, freshly squeezed, freshly squeezed. And I said to Omar, who are they yelling for? And I think you said Orange Cassidy. And then I said, well, what are we squeezing? And I forgot what you said, but it was funny. And I think you said everything or something. I don't know.
It just looks like
I mean,
he's
his
about to
name is
get
Orange
squeezed.
Cassidy. You know, he's freshly squeezed. He's annoying.
Maybe they're squeezing the Cassidy, Aaron. I don't know.
Yeah.
And what it means, bro, and he fucking holds it down. He has a fire entrance song though. That's one thing I like about AEW is that they do license like real music and not just fucking whoever the fuck comes up with the WWE music.
It's like I'm sitting next to Omar when the match is going on. Because when he came out to that song, Omar like nudged me. He's like, "That's why I like AEW, bro. They actually license the songs." He said it again.
It's
And
true,
then-
bro. Like it.
Good.
I was just drinking water.
Yeah, so I thought that match was really good. Aaron, you texted us. You said this is New Japan Pro Wrestling,
that's
bro.
New Japan Wrestling, right? Those stiff shots, those chop fest, the slaps. That's a show. That's a New Japan show.
And when the match was starting, Aaron texted us too, and he was like, "This is the guy." I think he did. This is the guy, and I said, I didn't know. Like Omar was like, "Look at this fucking guy. He's built like a fucking tank." Like Omar was just like hugging hella juice. There's no fucking way this guy's gonna put on a show here. He fucking did. He fucking did. And it's just the brutality of it all was just insane. It was just insane. It
And
was just
is Gabe Kid also a New Japan guy?
Yeah, also
Right?
New Japan, yeah. And I'll talk about this later, but him and Andrade had a match last week in a New Japan show in Japan, Osaka.
Oh shit! And he actually just beat freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy today, in a match. So it looks like they're pushing him, pretty heavily. So, shout out to New Japan and fucking Gabe Kid, bro.
so,
Also,
so what's it? Is there a connection between AEW and New Japan?
Yeah, so they work with each other. So, wrestlers
Okay.
from New Japan would come over to AEW and vice versa, and like their storylines intertwine between, both companies.
And maybe we can kind of squeeze this in very quickly. Um, does because I know we've talked about people from other promotions not being able to transfer on to WWE. Is it easier for people in other promotions? Like, can a person in AEW can they bring their talents to say New Japan Pro Wrestling or Consejo Mundial or AAA and do better than say transferring or like moving from to the feds? I guess.
Yeah, so that's because like they have the freedom to do whatever they want. When you go to WWE, you have to do it the WWE way, and you're kind of limited of what you can do, and you can't really show off everything you have. With AEW, working with New Japan, working with the CMLA, like they don't give a fuck. Like, you do what you do, and that's what makes the show is fun. Like you said it earlier, like AEW, the AEW show was fun because they were doing all this crazy shit. That's what they like. That's what they do. They're not restricted to like a certain style of what they can do.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Omar. Did you want to?
No, but I will say Aaron has mentioned that that's what they had a pay-per-view called The Forbidden Door, and that was kind of what that was about. It's just opening the forbidden door of you know different wrestling promotions, different belts, all of that shit. And just shout out to me. That was one of my first introductions to like a New Japan Pro Wrestling, outside of Wrestle Kingdom that we had watched. And so I thought that was just a dope way to fucking just put on a good fucking tag team match where they're just fucking throwing fucking putazos, bro, and give Ishii his little moment in glory, bro, where he fucking almost dies in Sacramento, bro. Man,
Seriously,
I hope you're all right, bro.
I think
Like,
the commentator said like he pulled his hamstring or some shit like that, but he looked like he was in pain.
he was
I
writhing
mean,
in pain. Yeah,
Jesus, fucking poor hamstring. Rip that fucking hamstring.
dude.
And then
Honestly, you know how you say you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover? I judged the shit out of Ishii, bro, and I was wrong. I was
You
fucking wrong,
can't.
dude. Ishii, Tomohiro Ishii, I sincerely apologize, bro. I sincerely apologize. Aaron might actually be CBK. He might. He might.
I don't know about
you know,
might.
it's a given. And then also the fucking Brawling Brutes debuted. They're a little tag team from England, if you can't tell, with the Brawling Brutes name.
Birds.
And oh, is it the Brawling
Yeah.
Birds? Oh shit, fuck. Oh, that's what I have. Brawling Brutes is someone else. But that actually makes a lot of sense because they cut a promo today. And they're like, because we don't give a. And then they're like, no, we're better than that. And then they're like, because we don't give a flying fuck. And then so that I actually thought that was kind of cool. And then they were just like, no, let's go get a pint before a fucking match. And which I fucking also appreciated because as a redditor, I used to like those comments where it's like, let's just go fucking to the pub and get a pint and wait for it all to blow over. And so, and it looks like they might be indie wrestlers, and that was like 100% their style, bro. It's just like smash and grab tag team wrestling. So I'm excited to see where they fucking go. And then there was a little match that I thought you might have liked with El Licenciado, Beast Mordos, and Kevin Knight. And fucking throughout that time, they're chanting that he's a lawyer, he's a lawyer. And that was just like one of the fucking like chants during Beast Mortos' his fucking match. And then we would pan, small package wrestling would pan to our local wise men, our local council that we have in small package wrestling, which is our Gwex over there.
The
But that
Rolex,
was actually,
no, you would pan to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing.
yes. Sure.
Wow. he
Oh,
took like a deep breath with that one. We like wound it up. He's like,
I
you
actually
me.
I
You
took a
wounded me.
deep I took a deep breath because I thought you were gonna do the whole thing. So I was like, okay, let me like, get this in. And then you didn't do the whole thing. So I was like, what am I gonna do? Keep my breath short? Like, no, I gotta do the full long breath.
You
I
already
was giving
committed or what?
I was giving you time to do your full spiel, and you let us down.
I was
Um,
like, so go ahead, Omar. Go ahead.
what you think of that about that match, Hodo?
Well, I didn't know he was a lawyer. So there was a little moment in the when we were watching Aaron where we were sitting separately in the same section, like pretty much literally in the same row, right? But in different sections.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Omar's row, there was the entire row available. And then in my row, like it was not. So we all sat together in Omar's row. And the people that owned the rest of the seats, no, one guy came in and he said he kept on getting moved around. So he took one of the seats with us. And then the actual owners of those seats, like they came in later, and like by then, like this was like the penultimate match, right? Like it was like the second to last match, and they're like, "Hey, we want our seats," and they called the ushers, and it's like, "What the fuck?" Like there's plenty of like that row across is like practically empty, and then like now they wanted that one, fool. It's just so we moved. I went back to my seat, and people started chanting about he's a lawyer and he will sue you and all kinds of shit. Like he will take you to court, and lawyers suck. At that point, I couldn't take any more of that shit. I could not. It was a personal slight to people of my ilk and my profession, my colleagues. And so I retorted, I responded, lawyers suck. No, they don't. He will sue you. Yes, he will. And I was like, that's assault. Like it was fucking crazy, bro. Like it was pretty fun. I thought the match itself. So I actually got involved in the back and forth, where they would chant and I would respond and the area would laugh and Omar would pan over to me and I'd be like flexing, yeah. Finally somebody was like, "You're a lawyer, aren't you?" Like, what makes you say that? So it was interesting. Like it was fun in that regard. The cool thing about it is that it was a good match. I liked Beast Mordos. I liked him a lot, but I really like this Kevin Knight guy. His finisher, and I got it on video. His finisher is he gets like that Evans kid that I like from NXT a lot. This guy does a finisher where he jumps off the top rope and he does a frog splash, but he fucking pivots in midair and does it like in reverse. Like it's fucking pretty insane. This is where you can attach it right here. And so I really like this match. I thought this was a really good event. I thought the mask was really cool. From Beast Mortals. This was not a 3-minute match, Then how many of these matches had shenanigans, Omar?
The Darby one, but not too much. It was all just good wrestling.
It was just wrestling.
But I really enjoyed, just how good Beast Mortals was at getting the crowd involved. And like like he would just like do this fucking like headbutts and fucking shit in the fucking like corner. Like it was just a fucking fun match, bro. Right before the main event. And like it was just like high fucking flying. And Kevin Knight is like a guy I think that they're really trying to push right now. And I could see why, bro. He could fucking go. He fucking had a really really good match that fucking night, and I'm interested to see if they give him like more fucking time with like different championships and AEW and all of that shit. But yeah, bro, that's a dub. It was the main event. That I feel like that's why it was such a fucking rocking, main event crowd, is just because the card leading up to it was such fucking good wrestling. So, and like Aaron said, bro, like I think everyone knew that this is something that should typically be on a pay-per-view card, but it was just not, it was on a fucking random Wednesday night in Sacramento. And I think like that made us all fucking excited, and it fucking held it down, bro. And Swerve turning heel was dope. I didn't even know he wasn't healed, but shout out.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to say. Aaron, can you guys tell us? So you guys mentioned already Kenny Omega. I got his name right. Point for me. And you said that he was one of the pillars. Who is Swerve? Because I felt like the pop for Swerve was I mean, obviously the pop for Kenny Omega was insane. And that was the pop of the night. But Swerve Strickland, he had people behind him. He had a lot of people, a lot of kids behind him. Who is he? Like, what does he mean? Because it sounds like he's not a pillar yet. Like, he's not up there. But it seems like he's not young, maybe. And I don't know how long he's been there. Can he be? What's next for him? Go ahead.
I mean, I believe he's been AEW champion already. So he's one of the top dogs at AEW. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know much of him. I know that he was with WWE. In NXT, I believe, and then he moved over to AEW, and that's when I learned about him. And the way I learned about him was because of his old theme song. He had a theme song where people would dance along with. His I don't know if he was there. His partner, the guy he came out with, like he would he would come out dance, and the whole crowd would be dancing. And that's how I found about him. Was through his entrance and people dancing, how catchy his theme song was. And then from there I started watching more of Swerve, and what like he's pretty extreme too. We talked about this like a few streams ago, how he took a syringe through the cheek during a match. So yeah, I'm still learning about Swerve, but I know he's one of the top dogs in AEW.
Y'all fools give me a headache with this shit, bro. The syringe to the fucking cheek.
And fucking staple gun, he was stapling fools, and he took a staple to the face and to the fucking chest. Like, well, that shit's crazy.
He's fucking wild, bro. And even like the finish to the main event, bro, just doing the fucking vert breaker, and like even like he had a way to kind of just sell moves where it was, even if it wasn't an extreme move, it was kind of like fucking, it looked like it hit, and it was a stiff one. So shout out. I was a big Swerve guy, now that after this fucking match that I fucking saw. And whose house is it? Fucking, I guess it's Swerve's.
Yeah. That's what I kept on hearing. Whose house? Swerve's house. Whose house? I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Aaron, you watched this match, and you texted us. You said, "Get ready, boys, and record the entrances," which for some reason were ignored. But
what do you mean?
They were ignored, bro.
I know what I'm doing. I'm the CBK for a reason.
Oh, that's right. You right. Aaron, talk to us about this match. What do you think about this match?
Up until Wednesday, I was debating about driving all the way to Sacramento just for that match, because this was the first time Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland were going to wrestle each other. That's why before when the match started, before they even touched, they were fucking chanting, "This is awesome," because we haven't seen this. So up until like Tuesday night or even Wednesday morning, I was like, "Fuck, should I go? should I not go? But I was reading, I was still kind of sick, so like I'll just watch it on TV. But I knew like knowing Kenny Omega how he works and how I know Swerve Strickland works and them working together, I just knew like I told you guys to be ready to record some crazy shit. And I mean, you guys got a lot of footage.
Aaron, so you
on the
said
lookout.
something about. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, be on the lookout on our YouTube and Instagram for upcoming reels, and
For the entrances.
for everything, bro.
Aaron, I want to have your opinion. I want to hear your opinion. How does give us like an explanation? How does Kenny Omega work?
He most of his career was in New Japan Wrestling. That's how I found him. So you know me, I like stiff shots. So his shots are very stiff, and he's a high flyer. He doesn't do it as much because he's been dealing with injuries. He's a lot older, but back then he was a high flyer. Even in the beginning of when AEW started, he was doing all that crazy shit. But he's so technical, so hard hitting. Like everything he does looks so smooth. That's why I'm a big Kenny Omega fan. That's why I don't know. You can't see it, but when his first AEW figure came out, I was no, you can't see it, but that's the first one I bought. That's the first AEW figure I bought was the Kenny Omega, because I just the way he's something special. I would say he's top 5 wrestlers in the world
Now, okay, and talk to me about Swerve Strickland. What how does he work? Because you mentioned how he works. You knew how he works. So what's your opinion of him?
I haven't seen too much of Swerve, but I know he came from WWE, so he has a lot of a lot of the technical moves. He's also a good worker. What I like about Swerve is that he's willing to take a lot of risk. Like I mentioned, he's done some crazy shit in extreme matches. He's taken a nasty bump on his cinder block, which fucked up his lower back for a bit. And he's a good. His promos are also very good. I don't know if he cut one that night, but his promos are very good. His feud with Hangman Page, I feel like that's what put him on the map with AEW. Like just the storytelling, the Hangman burning down Swerve's house. He burned his house down on live TV. And yeah, the in there, I think that was the match with the syringe, right, Omar, with Hangman.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the payoff. That was the match. But yeah, Swerve, he can do everything too.
Omar, what would you say? What would you say you saw of Kenny Omega in this match, and what would you say you saw of Swerve Strickland?
I just saw quality wrestling, bro. I just saw what I expect a main event to be, which is just nonstop action. Just showcasing everything that these fools have. And not really pulling any stops. Like it wasn't slow paced at all. It was like just these fools trying to show that they're the absolute best in wrestling. But also like there was kind of a grudge match feel to it, which I kind of like. These fools were trying to like destroy each other and win, but also like there was a lot of in-ring storytelling where like these fools were pulling out all of their moves that would typically like get rid of another fool, and like the false finishes and all of that shit. Like they're hitting like really well because of how good these fools are at what they do. And that's also getting the crowd involved, building the anticipation for it. And like I remember like there was a spot where there's like they were just holding on to the turnbuckle or to the rope for a while. And it was the spot right before like Swerve like did the backflip reversal. And they kind of like took a little bit for it. And that was the slowest that match ever was just to kind of build the suspension for that. And I thought that was kind of cool because there just wasn't any dead time as a fan and as an enjoyer of that match. So I think just in terms of wrestling, that's fucking hard to do. Like they fucking were fucking going, bro, in that like nonstop. And you know, like I think AEW gets like a lot of flack for letting the wrestlers do too much or not being, you know, as scripted or blah blah blah. But I think like if you let two of the best in the world do it like how they were and do their thing, then they could pull out a banger like how they did and just fucking do moves on moves and moves, where there's not really any botches, where there's not really any fuck ups. And I think that's what we got to see in Sacramento is just
You're right.
the art of wrestling, you know, the art of fucking wrestling and its fucking peak. It's just them holding it the fuck down and doing it for a main event.
So I really like what you said. You said a lot of good things there. You said that this was a quality match, and it was. But you also mentioned that this is in-ring storytelling, which I think is the best kind of storytelling. And Aaron mentioned something earlier about this match would have had a 3-month build-up, you know, and it's just to me I don't agree with that. But and then Omar said that this is art, that they're artists. How hard was it, Omar, for you to record the match, to separate what you were doing for the show with you being a fan? Because I felt like, for me, I was a fan. I was a wrestling fan during this match. I became immersed in the match itself, but also with the crowd. Like it was insane. Like it was like we became one. And I hadn't felt that in a wrestling arena before. And I wonder if a lot of that has to happen with the things that you said. Because you made a lot of really good points right now, which is these are things that I was feeling, but I hadn't really found the right words to say. But I think you helped me put it all together. Because these guys, what you said is that they're artists. Like wrestling is art, and these guys are artists. And when you don't tell them what to say, and when you allow them the freedom to cook and to create, you know, then there's less botches and there's more masterpieces. You know what I mean? Because people are in sync, I guess. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just what made sense to me in seeing this match between these fucking guys. I mean, this is one of the better matches I've seen since I started watching wrestling. And so, how hard was it, Omar, for you to separate being a fan with being able to have shit for today? You know, like how hard was that shit?
I'm gonna keep it a book, bro. When Aaron was asking me for videos and footage, I don't even remember what I took. Like I don't like that's why it took me a minute. Or like I think Aaron asked me like, did anyone get the fucking knee? I was like, I don't. I said no, but I'm pretty sure I got
Yeah,
it.
you
Like
got it. Yeah.
you see, like I don't fucking remember. I remember at some point, like during the show, like, and this was in the beginning before the main event. Like I was trying to get footage, and I was like locked in, right? And I was like, I can't. This is too good. Like, so I like
Yeah.
for the first time, I went like to the side and then like put the camera. I was like, all right, bro, I'm focused that. That's got a good shot. And then I watched on the side because like, I don't want to be watching through the camera, bro. Like I need to see this live. Like this is good shit. Like you know,
Yeah.
like this is good wrestling. And I think like to me, like the only time I felt like that, I've had the privilege of feeling like that at a wrestling show was at WrestleMania, where you and WrestleMania does that because it's WrestleMania, bro. You're just happy to be part of the fucking wrestling crowd, and you know. But I got to experience that at a random AEW show where everyone was just fucking happy to be a part of that, and everyone fucked with the product that we're watching. And to me, that's what wrestling is the art form of two guys in their underwear slapping me and then the crowd surrounding it and having fun like that, you know, like the crowd reaction is half of what wrestling is, and the venue and all of that, you know. And so I think that's, you know, what we experienced in Sacramento. And I, you know, I'm glad that we have the Art of Wrestling podcast, you know, to fucking talk about, you know, moments like that. And it's I will hopefully like, you know, they show that in the highlight reels of fucking AEW in the future, bro. Because like it felt like a fucking classic show of fucking like AEW Collision, that like I'm gonna tell people about for the future. And like it kind of felt like the old school, Attitude Era Raws that you would see, or the ECWs, like, like the fucking just vibes and the fucking aura of that shit. And I feel like that's kind of missing, in a lot of this new polished wrestling going on. And I kind of enjoyed, just being a part of that crowd.
So, Omar, one last question, and I want to make another comment, and I kind of want to hear Aaron what he thought. I want to say two things. From the moment the what's his name match, the match before this, I'm forgetting it, with my colega.
Beast Mortos.
Yeah, Beast Mode. But from the moment that match ended until the Swerve Strickland and Kenny Omega match ended, everybody was on their feet. Oh, everybody around you, everybody was on their feet. Not the people up there, Aaron, because you're actually right. I thought the seats up there would have been fucking outstanding up there.
CBK.
So that's what I said. But from the moment that match ended, and before the entrances, people were on their fucking feet, and people did not sit down. People didn't go back. They didn't sit back down. The match ended, and people walked out. And there was a moment, Omar, I think I'm going to try to look for it. I think I recorded it. There was a moment where people started chanting, "Fight forever." Do you remember that? Fight forever. Like I was in awe of what was going on. I wasn't in awe. I was really impressed with what was going on in the ring. But I was in awe of like the crowd, bro, and the fucking energy I felt. I thought that was fucking outstanding. Aaron, you're a wrestling guy. CBK, have you experienced a show like that? When was the last time you experienced a show like we're describing?
Not a show, but a match where people were on the feet the entire match. And that's only happened twice in my, I don't know, over 80 shows I've been to. And the first one was at an AEW show at Revolution in San Francisco. It was MJF versus Brian Danielson. It was a Iron Man match for the AEW championship. So that the build up to that match was fucking amazing, first of all. And then just during that time, MJF was such a fucking like a dick and asshole of a heel. Like during that match, he threw out like a beer at a kid's face, like during the match. And just people wanted Daniel Bryan to fucking win. So like when Daniel Bryan got the first fall and he was up 1-0. Also an Iron Man match is an hour long. So whoever has the most pinfalls in an hour is the winner. So this match was an hour long. So I think Daniel Bryan got the first fall. He was up 1-0, and then MJF tied it, and then he was up 2-1, and then Daniel Bryan tied it, and then they were just going like that until like literally the final second. I think Daniel Bryan taps out and MJF wins. And during that hour buildup of that match, people were just on their feet the entire match. And I think Fernando, who's probably watching this, I think this show is like kind of brought him back to wrestling. Like bro, like wrestling can be a fucking art sometimes. Like it's just beautiful to watch. And then the second time that happened was at WrestleMania 40 in Philly. It was Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, where there was 5 minutes of fucking magic, I think what people call it, where Cena comes out, Solo, The Rock, The Undertaker. That was crazy because there was like 70,000 people in the stadium on their feet just enjoying what was going on, because I don't think that's ever happened or even gonna happen again, of how crazy that ending was.
And I want to pivot to and maybe we could talk about this briefly. I walked out of there and I made a video to our live. We made a video to our live. To me, there was a moment where I was able to detach myself from the moment and just say like why the fuck are we cheering for this? Like these fools just fucking got fucking clobbered. Omega Red got fucking pinche vergazo onto the fucking announce table. why are we cheering for this? Like, what the fuck is the psychology of it? Like, why are we like?
And we
I,
walk
I,
out, and in true wrestling fashion, someone's getting chopped, and then we all go, and we all go into record, and I fucking missed it. I was like, damn it, I was
I
ready.
got
I
it.
was
I
ready.
got it.
But
it,
you know,
it's an
it's
it's an art form, like
Mhm.
how people enjoy listening to music and dissect lyrics and beats, and or how people watch movies or like dissect how actors act. Like this is our art form of how professional wrestlers can tell a story with their bodies inside a squared circle, 20 by 20 ring. Like that's our version of art. And not a lot of people look at that like, what the fuck, that's weird. But like when you know what's going on, you can know that what you're watching is something beautiful.
there's a beauty behind it, bro. And follow the Art of Wrestling podcast every fucking Wednesday, 8 p.m., bro. We're out here fucking discussing it. And I fucking agree, Aaron. Like, and shout out to you, bro, for putting me on, and putting Fern on again to this fucking beautiful art form that is wrestling. A lot of us get that disillusionment too. Because sometimes the mediums of this art form aren't necessarily at their best. But Aaron's been a fucking real one, a real certified fucking ball knower, for a fucking minute, and I. Thanks to you, I know what fucking AEW is. Thanks to you, I got to go to a fucking AEW, like Sacramento show and know what the fuck is going on and shit. So, we outside, bro, and make sure to fucking give us some love. And shout out to also Gwex, bro, for knowing the original art of wrestling, which apparently is fucking Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair back in the 20s and shit. The art form, bro.
Y'all- okay, well, whatever, dude. Y'all are bullies. Y'all are bullies. So, Aaron, I I'm gonna put you on the spot because you're a company man. You're a loyal company Triple H guy. What is stopping? What is stopping that company from putting on shows like this every night? They have the wrestlers, they have the pedigree, they have the talent, they have the airtime. Why are we not getting this? Because I am disillusioned with WWE. It takes an effort for me to watch it. Like an effort. Like I have to fucking try. What's going on with your company, Aaron? I need you to defend your company here.
I mean, I'm not going to defend it because there's nothing to defend. It's just, I've said this before over and over. It's just a different product. It's a different style. It's a different flavor. Not a lot of people are gonna like the WWE style, but there's AEW. It's still wrestling at the end of the day. Like WWE caters to people who are into long storylines, and you know ma- that take 3 months of like a build up. Like there's people who enjoy that, and there's also people who don't. And then there's people who enjoy just the random spotty wrestling that do 450s, Canadian destroyers. They kick out of that. Like people enjoy that, but there's also people who don't. Like they're like, why are they kicking out of a tombstone? Like it's just what you like. I've said this over and over. Like WWE, New Japan, AEW, they're all different styles. Even Mexican wrestling, they're all different styles. Like I seen in Mexico, someone win with a superplex. That was crazy to me. But like that's their style. That's what they do. So like whatever you like there's options for you. You don't have to just watch one. We're so lucky that we have like different varieties of just wrestling. Like you can pick what you like and just watch.
I don't know if that. It's just to me. I feel like there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse to suck this bad. Ticket sales are down for WrestleMania. The last I saw, and I looked it up, tickets are selling, have sold at a 17.3% less than at the pace of last year. They're at a much.
This is what's pissing me off. Ticket sales are low, and they're on sale. Instead of talking shit, buy them. They're fucking cheap. Last year, I paid $1,200 in the lower section, up high with Omar, and this year I bought tickets row 4 for half of that. Like I don't know why people are complaining. Oh, tickets are not selling. They're not selling
Because it's still
they're
expensive.
cheap.
Because it's still $700. It's still $700.
Compared to last year. This is a fucking steal.
No, it's $700. It's $700 to watch a worse product, to have an unexciting freaking card, to have below average wrestling matches, old aging wrestling stars, and everything that's entirely story driven. Like why pay $700 for that?
Because it's our Super Bowl. It's like people.
Is
like,
it?
I worked this Super Bowl, and there's a lot of people who went to the game that didn't know what was going on. There were just people with money, like, you know what, I'm just gonna go just because it's the Super Bowl. That's what you do. You know, people watch it. That's WrestleMania. People just go because it's WrestleMania. We don't even know the card yet, and you know, yes, ticket sales are low, but guess what? They're gonna fucking sell no matter what. It's WrestleMania.
Will they?
They had the same. They had the same issue last year.
Okay.
And Omar, how many people were in that building last year?
Yeah, it was fucking packed. But I will say, it's just, I think the better question is how do you think the booking is going up to WrestleMania this year in comparison to the last years? Outside of the ticket sales, outside of all of that, how do you feel about the build to WrestleMania, having gone to all of these other ones?
Let me answer this.
It hasn't what I'm gonna say. It's not as good as last year, but that's
horrible.
also because of we have so many injuries. We, you know, Seth, who was, you know, in charge of the division, went down, and ever since the division has been like it's whatever. Now we lost, you know, Bronson Reed, who's fucking, you know, is out for 6 months now, and you know, just injuries hasn't helped with this build up to WrestleMania.
But you do have talent. You still have talent, bro. You still have Penta. You have Dragon Lee. You have El Grande Americano. You have bitch ass Gunther. You have Sheamus. You have the Scottish guy. You have CM Punk. You have the Usos. You have the women, right? Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. You have all these fantastic Liv Morgan. There's no excuse, bro. You have the Motor City, what are they called? Bitches. You have the talent. You have an abundance of talent.
That's the issue, and it's only a 3-hour show. There's so much talent that you can't fit everybody in one show.
But you can put in good matches. Why can't you have? I guess in my mind, there's no reason why AEW should be better than WWE, because WWE has better wrestlers. They have better talent.
That's just their style.
It's to be better
styles. It's not that they're better, just different styles. A lot of people say WWE is 10 times better than AEW, and there's people that say AEW is 10 times better than WWE. It's just what you cater to.
I don't know, man, and maybe I'm biased, you know, because I've only seen like 1.5 AEW matches. But
like you call me a company man, but like I enjoy AEW. I've been to shows in Oakland. I've been to San Francisco. I've traveled to the first show in Los Angeles at the Forum. Like I've traveled to AEW. Like I enjoy AEW shows because it's a different feel from WWE.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I buy it's different argument. You know, it's wrestling. The main dish is wrestling.
Like if you're WWE, it's more storyline. Like I've said, you know, Kenny Omega versus Swerve in WWE would have been a 3-month buildup. Compared to AEW, it's just here on a random Wednesday night, you can have this match, and that's what the AEW does. They'll give you these matchups on a random Wednesday, and WWE they would build this match to something big at a pay-per-view or something.
I don't know, man. It's just go ahead, Omar.
You know, I think both of the styles of wrestling could cause you to be in problems with how they do it. And I think right now we're seeing what happens with the WWE style whenever their formula gets fucked up. Whenever these big guys that they push get injured and these long-term storytelling, because then it makes them unable to like just do shit on the fly, and fucking have fun with it. But like I too am online, and I'm on now in both communities. And in the WWE side, you'll see everyone talking shit about the AEW side. Like, why are they flipping? Why are they doing this many moves? Why are they doing all of this? And then on the AEW side, they'll be talking the same way. It's like, oh, WWE is trash. Like, there's this journalist called Dave Meltzer who literally has this whole like wrestling observer, and now all he does is give like 5-star matches to anything AEW and then talk shit about anything WWE, which is in line to what you think, Weddle. But like it's just tough because like people are gonna be loyal, or people are gonna have be loyal to the art of wrestling anyways. Like I think like at the end of the day, people like Aaron will watch wrestling because it's fucking wrestling, and regardless, like Aaron has been through the fucking abyss of the Vince McMahon
If you
fucking era,
think
bro.
this WWE product is fucking trash, you weren't in the trenches in fucking 2019, 20, like, bro, like you
Uh,
can't.
but I will say that it doesn't stop us from still calling out not good booking. And I think you've been on board with us too, that the booking of WWE recently, and you said it, you gave us the reasoning, injuries, all of this just has not been it. Like the storyline it recently, like the I got into wrestling, into WWE because of a badass WWE buildup. Because of two back to back. And it's just, they haven't been able to capture this magic, bro. I watched Monday Night Raw for the first time in a few weeks this past week. I was like, what the fuck did I watch? Like,
Exactly.
what,
Exactly.
like, Paul Heyman came out and said the same thing over and over again for 30 minutes. I was like, uh, I get it, Paul Heyman. Someone's gonna have a match with Brock Lesnar, but I think that in terms of their weekly shows, WWE has a lot to pick up on recently, and I don't know what it is. They should not. And Aaron, I know you agree. They should not be having Maxine and fucking Natalia on our fucking TV, bro. Like,
Bro,
why?
why?
Who's Maxine?
Exactly. Exactly.
Maxine Dupree?
Yes,
Yeah, her.
I love
She's
What's
like,
wrong with
Maxine.
Maxine Dupree?
But she should not be having a feud with Natty now. What? She's off the fucking roids now. What? She's Natty? Like what? No,
First of all, my
God,
girl Natty is Natty. Okay, she's all
she's
Natty.
Natty.
But
That was
look,
the
okay.
worst finish to Matt. Aaron was like, "This is
I
my
didn't even watch
bathroom
it.
break."
I didn't watch it.
I'm so Aaron. You would have like
I went
fucking
to the
just
bathroom.
jumped out the window, bro. It was bad, bro. Like it was fucking rough.
But
I was
okay, but
like,
why? Go ahead.
I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, who wrote this? But there's fucking rumors that WWE is using AI to write their storytelling, and I fucking believe it, bro. I was like, that was some fucking AI slop if I've ever fucking seen it. Just let your wrestlers cook, bro. Who cares if they're like, if fucking Matt Cardona is like, I want to come out here with a double orange spray tan. Just let him do it. Just let him do
Fucking do it.
something.
So
Just
I'm so tired of Paul Heyman and Division. I'm so tired of it. Look, I'm gonna read you some random ass names, okay? Alistair Black, Angel, Apollo Cruz, Angelo Dawkins, Austin Theory, Axiom, Berto, Bianca Belair, Bailey, B-Fab, Becky Lynch, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, CM Punk, Cruz del Toro, Damian Priest, Dragon Lee, Drew
She fired.
McIntyre, Grande Americano, Ethan Page, Eric Rowan, Finn Balor, Gunther, Io Sky, Jacob Fatu, JC Mateo,
Are you
Javion
naming the whole
Evans, Jake the
roster?
Usos,
Oh no.
all these fucking guys. All these fucking guys. You mean to tell me you can't put a really good fucking Montez Ford, who I like, fucking Naomi? You mean to tell me that out of all these fucking Obafemi, all these fucking guys, you can't put on a good fucking WrestleMania card or a good Monday Night Raw card or a good SmackDown card? Like, okay, fine. Have them throw out bangers and not wrestle for a fucking month. You know, like, why? Roxanne Perez, Roman Reigns.
I mean, I think Roxanne's injured. Naomi's had a baby. Braun Breaker is injured. Bronson Reed is injured. Seth Rollins is injured. I mean, these are vital main roster people who's
Next
been
man
out.
up.
Chad
Next
Gable
man
just
up.
Chad Gable just came back from injury.
Ray Phoenix,
I-
Randy Orton. Like,
those guys are on TV on Fridays.
like next man up. You know, make it fucking happen. It's because of the promo. What did Young Hennessy say?
It's because of the promos, fool. I guess so.
Young Hennessy, it's the promos, my guy. It's the promos. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I'm having a really hard time watching WWE, like a really hard time right now. You know, and I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm really trying. I don't know. When's the next PLE?
This Saturday.
Are you guys excited? Like, I haven't even talked about it.
Yeah, we should do predictions, elimination chamber predictions. I'll start. It's gonna be super madre hermoso. It's gonna be Cody, Jay, Javon, Trick, and Randy. And LA Knight. I have
Yeah.
Cody winning it without a fucking shadow of a doubt.
Who do you got, Aaron? 5:30 a.m.
I think either Cody or I don't know, something telling me that LA Knight might take this dub.
That's crazy.
Are you guys excited about this?
I mean, it's elimination chamber. It's a fucking cage, of course.
Not to watch it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
You'll watch
not
it all?
excited. Yeah. So Cody or LA Knight? Okay. I'm excited for the Javon and Trick mentions. That's who I'd have them win, but they're not going to do that.
No, it's too soon.
Yeah, they're
Trick Williams too.
Yeah.
Just give them to the lemon pepper steppers, baby. You know, let them do the
Bro,
work.
I seen his media work. That's just hella funny.
Dude, the reporters were like gushing over him, bro. Like they didn't even know how to fucking act, and it was just all the lemon pepper steppers. Like it was like they're like touching the lemon pepper steppers, like they couldn't resist it. And it was like, yeah.
What are the lemon pepper steppers for the uninitiated?
There's some steppers. You know what I'm saying, some steppers. You know, some shoes,
some
that
clean
look
boots.
like, yeah. You know, they look like they're as wet as lemon peppers, bro. You know, lemon pepper wet. Look, and then Trick cut a beautiful promo on Sami Zayn. It was just beautiful. You know, he's just like
he said everything I felt about Sami Zayn out to the world.
Yes,
like, bro,
out to the world, bro. You out here with your fucking shirt, wearing Skechers, fucking your breath smelling like a whole bunch of bounce that ass, bro. Like it's just.
I like that. I like that.
It was a beautiful fucking promo. If WWE fumbles Trick Williams, bro, I don't know. They need to fire Road Dogg. They need to fire Triple H. They need to fire fucking everyone in there, bro.
I mean,
whoever's in the writers' room.
There's rumors that Vince might buy back. I don't know if it's true, but Vince might.
Vince
he might crash.
go to a retirement home.
He just crashed his Bentley, so I don't know if he's going back anywhere.
Yeah.
So you know what, man? You know, y'all kind of excited me for this elimination chamber. Like barely, I'm interested. I'm looking forward to seeing Trick Williams and Javion Evans, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, LA Knight. Okay. All right. So what do you guys think about the women's elimination chamber? It's Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Azuka, and Kiana James.
Rhea. That's all I'm gonna say.
Unfortunately, I have Raquel winning.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah. But my girl Rhea, gotta roll with it. So the winner
She's still tag team champions, right? With
I believe.
Io.
video's not in it, I don't think. So the winner of both of these elimination chambers, who do they go up against for the uninitiated?
The title that's wasn't picked by the Royal Rumble winner. So
okay.
The women's is gonna be against Jade Cargill, the women's world champion, and then the men is gonna be against the
Drew.
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre.
Okay. So you guys have Raquel Rodriguez?
Yeah.
So Aaron knows ball. So let's see. Let's check his prediction. So far he's been, I don't know if he's gotten anything wrong so far. Young Hennessy says something. He reminded me of that meme, Omar. That guy type of drinking beer.
Oh yeah.
yawning.
Oh yeah. Shout out Julia, bro.
Julia, yeah. Fuck, bro.
Underrated, bro. She had a crazy NXT run, and then she stomped the fuck out of Rhea this past Friday. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It should have been me. And yeah.
Newlywed Omar.
I need to be punished, like I said, bro. Anyway,
Punished
in a wrestling ring, I've had some bad takes in small package wrestling. I've had some incorrect predictions. And I need to be taken. I need to be held accountable. I mean, it's either me or the Doodle takes it. I'll take it for the Doodle. Doodle's gone through a lot.
He volunteers tribute.
He's still missing.
Still missing.
Still, has been missing since his Vegas.
Somewhere in Vegas.
Okay, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I'm so done with CM Punk. I want to see him lose. I don't care. He can go back to.
He's not going to. I have a feeling
they already announced the main event for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns versus CM Punk.
Yeah, and then I think the worst thing is that they're teasing a demon comeback, and he's just gonna get squashed. The demon. It's like, why? That's like WWE.
Did they really?
Beautiful perfectness. It's like, oh, let's bring down the demon for one match and have him lose to 40-year-old CM Punk.
And then also there, I don't know if you know about the box, the package,
the secret box.
The secret box.
It better be them announcing us as fucking on fucking time commentary, bro, for all the time. That's the only. They're stealing our gimmick here. They're out here with a big package. Like, I'm gonna. Where you at? Fool? We should hit them for fucking copyright, fucking infringement and shit, bro. Out here with the fucking stealing our package nonsense.
Welcome back, Seul.
CM Punk was just as bad in the UFC. How come everyone knows about? How was he that bad in this? Happened?
It's like, wow. It was like me joining the UFC and fucking fighting. Of course, yeah, it's terrible.
I thought you were gonna say it's like Efra playing soccer, but I mean, whatever.
I thought CM Punk's whole shtick was like según that he was an actual martial artist. No, I won't even talk shit. No. Maybe a
lot of people hate on him for that, and a lot of people respect him for actually just jumping in a cage and fucking fighting
and get your ass kicked.
Yeah, I mean, would you?
He was ass. I've done it, not in a cage, but in a soft thing.
I guess he likes being punished, bro.
I don't. Buns. Okay, yeah, we'll check that out. I also shout out Rey Mysterio and Cain Velasquez because I only like Cain because he beat up Brock Lesnar, and then Rey Mysterio took a picture and was like all happy that Cain got released and shit. So someone please Obafemi whoop Brock Lesnar like how Cain did, and how fucking CM Punk was fucking whooped in the UFC apparently, or so the people tell us.
Okay, and then AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch.
I mean,
I love AJ Lee.
I
You know,
don't get
she's
that, and I don't get the AJ Lee hype. I just don't.
she's
You know,
cool. You
I was
know,
I was watching when she wrestled, and she was like, it's just another wrestler. And then everybody fucking lost their minds when she returned. I'm like, I was just like, okay,
That's how I feel about CM Punk
okay.
and Roman Reigns. All right, fellas. Siwul,
right.
welcome back to the chat. Omar is comedy. Somebody punish him.
I'm about to go get punished shortly. But you know,
I like how
it
you
is
stood
what
up
it
and
is.
you're gonna stretch for it. Like, yeah.
I gotta, it's
I'm about to go
gotta
get
be
punished.
punishment time. But yeah, well, fools, we did a mostly AEW heavy thing. I think we got a hard stop, right, coming up. So, thank y'all for tuning in. We have our certified ball knower, our resident Aaron. Shout out, bro.
35-year-old.
And fucking, just thank y'all here at Small Package Wrestling. This is a Small Package fucking wrestling studio. Thank you, Gwex, for being the resident moderator. And then this is the fucking Art of Wrestling fucking podcast, bro. Thank y'all. About to tune out. And exit video.